Hey, what's up guys? So last video I did a variable reluctance sensor in the back for the wheel speed so I can use the traction control, and I'm having a little bit of an issue calibrating it. So this is an oscilloscope. It's gonna help me fix that problem. We're gonna see what's going on with the sensor because I'm pretty sure I'm not getting a clean signal. And if you guys want to grab one, I'm gonna post the link in the description. They're from Amazon, and actually they work. It works pretty good for the price. So let's go check that out and see what's going on with it. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna put each of the ends in each of the pins because the variable reluctance sensor only has 2 pins. So also the signal is gonna depend on which way you put the pins. It might show falling or it might show rising. So you can switch it around and the signal is gonna change. So let me plug this back in. Okay, so I plugged it to each pin. Now we're gonna check the signal here and see what this thing is doing. We'll go into oscilloscope. I got it set up at 200 millivolts right now and 50 milliseconds. So you can change all that. You can go 200 milliseconds. You'll see the difference. I think I pulled the wire. Gotta make sure the pins are connected all the way. We're gonna see the signal right there. I can make it bigger and I can make it longer. 100 milliseconds, 50 milliseconds. Okay, you see that? It's not falling straight. That could be an issue when it's reading. We're gonna make the signal longer now. And yes, we have a second rise. It's not going over, but it's got a second rise. And then we have some interference in the middle. So it might help to bring the sensor to the side of the bolt and maybe a little bit farther away. We're gonna try and see what it does. Okay, so basically I'm getting a dirty signal or interference because it's picking up the hole in the center of the bolt. So it's picking up the hole in the center of the bolt, and we need a clean signal that goes up, straight down, goes up, straight down, like this one. So I'm gonna try to move it from the center of the bolt to the side and see if that fixes that. And if I'm still picking some interference in the back, it might help to bring the sensor a little bit more back. So we're gonna check that, and I'm gonna move that and then try it again and show you on the oscilloscope, see if it helps it. Okay, so I moved the sensor to the side of the bolt and then we'll see what you see that? That's a clean signal. Even though I still have some interference in the middle, I'm gonna make it a little smaller. Yeah, it's picking up something else still in between the bolts. So I'm gonna try to bring it out a little bit, like a little bit farther away, and see if that works. But the fall is clean now. You can see that we don't have any more that spike in the middle. I can make it bigger. Look at that. So I fixed that problem. Now we're gonna fix that center, the middle in between the bolts. So I moved it to one side of the bolt and like a little bit to the inside edge, and it was having some. It cleaned the signal. My wave is clean now, so I have what I'm looking for, but I'm getting a little bit of interference in between the signals here. So I brought it out to the other side of the bolt, like on the outside, and that helped it. So it's getting a little bit of interference, but nothing crazy. It's just a little bit, which I think it will be okay. So I'm gonna show you right now what it's doing. Look at that, that looks way cleaner. That's a straight clean wave. And looks like the falling edge is great, so we're gonna try to use that. And now we gotta go to the converter, and I'm gonna pull the signal from the converter and see what the Hall effect signal is getting to Fueltech. If that's clean, then I should be able to calibrate it right this time, because I'm not getting like extra tooth or extra waves or readings, you know. Okay, so now to get the signal for the converter, I need to tap into the signal that is coming to Fueltech, and I'm gonna use a piece of wire, and I can, like, it's hard, so I can push it in there. I got it already marked there. That's my green wire, and I'm gonna run this wire to the back so I can turn the tire and see what it's doing. So the converter uses 12 volts, so it's to the ignition, so I gotta put the key in ignition to get the converter power on. Okay, so I tap into the signal for Fueltech. I got a wire going to the back. I'm gonna need the oscilloscope, and I brought a wire here so I can turn the tire and see what it's doing. I'm gonna put it on ignition. It's on ignition. I'm not gonna show you the code. And now, to get the signal for the Hall effect, we're gonna do the red one to a wire and the negative to ground on the car. So I'm gonna just use this ground here. It can be any ground, but I got the red one to the wire, right? Turn it on. Choose the oscilloscope. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so something is not working right. Looks like we might have to switch the pins on the sensor going to the converter. We're gonna try that, but let's turn it a little bit and see what it does. Okay, so I'm gonna switch the pins coming from the sensor, just this one, and see if that changes the signal, and then we're gonna try it again and see what it does. Put it on ignition. What is going on here? Keep getting a falling. Something right. We gotta figure out that. Okay, so looks like I might have to use rising edge. Yeah, so it looks like I might have to use rising edge. So it looks like I'm gonna use rising edge. It shows 6 waves going up, so we're gonna try that now and see if it works. It looks like it might work. So basically what it was doing when I was trying to calibrate it, I will set it to work right on low speeds, and it will work right up to like probably like 15-20 miles an hour. And as the sensor goes faster, the wave gets bigger. So the interference waves probably was picking, the converter was picking the extra wave, and it was sending a signal to Fueltech, so it will start showing a big jump on speed when it started picking up speed, and it wouldn't let me calibrate it right. So I was like, you know what, let's run the oscilloscope and see if we can figure out what the issue is. It looks like we got it pretty clean or decently clean, and hopefully that's enough to have a really good reading on the speed and not have issues. So I'm gonna have to drive it and try it again and see if it actually works fine. And low speed, as I can turn it, it looks like it works, but I gotta try it in real life, like driving it around. So I'm gonna get that. But that's the importance of the oscilloscope. You can actually diagnose this kind of stuff. It's really cheap. This is actually a function generator, so it generates waves too. Pretty cool. Really nice, handy tool to have. So you can have a bunch of different waves, frequencies, and all that. So if you want to get one, I'll post the link in the description if you want to grab one.